Hi everyone, welcome back to CollegeVine's weekly Q&A. I'm Katie, and every week I spend some time answering the questions that you've submitted via YouTube and our website in order to help you get a better understanding of a wide variety of admissions topics. Don't forget that if you're applying to college soon, you can visit us online to sign up for an account with CollegeVine. We're a completely free guidance resource that calculates your chances of getting into specific schools and offers free profile recommendations, essay guidance, and a whole lot more. Check us out online to learn more. If you'd like to submit a question for a future Q&A, leave that question in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you're one of the first to see when we post next week's Q&A and all of our other helpful videos on things like financial aid, test prep, a wide variety of topics. Let's dive in. Today's first question is from Sophia, who wrote in to ask us, can you apply for the BSMD programs offered by different universities through the Common App? Well, great question, Sophia. Let's start with a little bit of background for anyone who's unfamiliar with what you're talking about. So, a BSMD program is essentially an accelerated route to medical school. In a BSMD program, you complete a Bachelor's of Science degree, that's the BS part of BSMD, and then you proceed directly into a medical program to receive your Doctor of Medicine, your MD degree, so that's BSMD. Basically, you apply for and are accepted to both your undergraduate college program and medical school at the same time. Typically, you commit to a certain college and medical school simultaneously, with the medical school typically being part of the same institution or a partner school of the college or university that supplies the undergrad degree, the BS part of the BSMD equation. Admission to BSMD programs tends to be very competitive. Standard pre-med students have the opportunity to prove themselves through college coursework and MCAT scores, but BSMD students need to show that they're committed and ready for a medical program through only their college application when they're in high school. That means that grades, test scores, extracurriculars, and everything else included need to be truly exceptional to already get into medical school when you're only 18 or so years old. Generally, a successful applicant will have an exceptional recommendation from a science teacher, strong scores on science SAT subject tests and AP exams, high SAT or ACT scores, and a high GPA. While the competitiveness of schools offering BSMD programs varies significantly, these programs are always more competitive than admissions for just undergrad programs at a given school. Often the spaces are limited to only 20 to 30 students each year, and plenty of programs actually accept fewer than 10 students each year. Unfortunately, there is no simple answer to your direct question, Sophia, about how the Common App relates to BSMD applications. Just like each college selects which application it accepts, each BSMD program does the same thing. Usually, if a school accepts the Common App, the BSMD program through that school will also accept the Common App. For example, at Washington University in St. Louis, the 8-year BSMD program application for the University Scholars Program in Medicine. This is not an uncommon structure. Most BSMD programs require a traditional undergraduate application, along with either a separate application for the medical part of the program, or at least a pretty significant supplement specific to medicine. You'll need to look up the specifics for each specific program you intend to apply to figure out exactly what's required for each application. To learn more about BSMD programs, don't miss the links to the many blog posts we have on this subject in the comments section below this video. Thanks for writing in, Sophia. Our second question today comes from Kevin. Kevin wants to know how many years of foreign language are recommended for the most competitive colleges and universities. Well, to be totally honest, foreign language in high school is a bit of a gray area. While it's often considered a core subject and a core component of a challenging curriculum, many students don't intend to pursue foreign language studies in college and wonder if they'll be penalized for instead pursuing another area that they're more interested in. Well, let's take a closer look. First of all, do your homework when it comes to course selection in high school. Know what's required at your high school and what's required at the state level in your state, and also what's required at the colleges that you want to attend. At most high schools, you will need to meet at least a basic foreign language requirement. So even if you have no interest in learning another language, you're going to have to take one just so you can get that high school diploma. If you don't, you're not going to be able to graduate, which will probably hamper your ability to get into college. Keep in mind that the requirements set by your school are the bare minimum required and are by no means an indication of the minimum that will be deemed acceptable by a college admissions committee. Many colleges require 4 years of language study of applicants, and this almost certainly does include the most selective colleges. So checking those college admissions requirements is advised because they might be more than what your high school requires. Beyond knowing what's required at your high school or at colleges you might want to attend, you should know what foreign language options are available through your high school. Some schools simply have 4 levels of each language offered so that you progress along a prescribed track each year. You have freshman Spanish, sophomore Spanish, junior Spanish, senior Spanish. Other schools offer multiple tracks that include honors or AP classes, foreign language clubs, and even some study abroad opportunities. If you plan to apply to top colleges, you'll need to take your school's most challenging track of coursework to be a competitive applicant. Generally, that includes upper-level language classes, which sometimes includes an AP language class or an honors language class if they're available at your school. There may or may not be other class choices that fall under the umbrella at the most challenging track at your school. Sometimes you might be able to choose a challenging STEM-specific track or other specialized track that still does qualify as the most challenging course of study, but does not include advanced study of foreign languages. Just check what's available at your high school to be certain. Remember, you do need your guidance counselor to check off the box indicating that you have taken the most challenging classes available if you want to be a competitive applicant at some of the most selective colleges and universities. Also keep in mind that if competitive colleges are in your sights, you may need or want to submit subject area SATs or AP exam scores. These are available in many different foreign languages, and they can definitely bolster your application if you do well on them, like a 5 on the AP exam or an 800 on the subject test. Consider pursuing a foreign language to a high level if you do want to take these tests and show your scores on your apps. We hope this shed some light on the foreign language subject, Kevin, and good luck with your foreign language studies. For more information, you can check out the posts about foreign language studies in the comment section below this video. We've rounded up a few of our best writing pieces on that for you below. And our final question for today comes from Lucy. Lucy wrote in to ask, are any Ivy League schools Needblind? Well, before we get into which specific schools are Needblind, let's first take a look at the term and exactly what it means. With Needblind Admissions, colleges evaluate only the non-financial parts of a student's application package. That's all the standard stuff, your GPA, your test scores, your essays, your recommendations. In some cases, this policy applies only to US applicants, but some colleges do use Needblind Admissions even for international students. You can just check their website to find that out. It's important to understand that even though Needblind schools do not consider a student's ability to pay when they make admissions decisions, they also do not necessarily guarantee that their financial aid package will meet all of a student's demonstrated financial need. In other words, a student may be accepted to a Needblind college, but have to turn down the admissions offer just due to their inability to pay. That said, many Needblind schools are also known for their generous financial aid programs. Often the two characteristics are correlated. Even if colleges practice Needblind admissions and meet 100% of demonstrated need, that meeting of the demonstrated need might still include loans as part of the financial aid packages. Students with the most generous financial aid will often be no loan, Needblind, and meet 100% of demonstrated need. Those are really your best options for financial aid. Looping back to Lucy's original question, all 8 Ivies, that is Brown, Cornell, Columbia, Dartmouth, Harvard, Princeton, UPenn, and Yale, all of those 8 schools are Needblind. They all consider applicants without regard for finances when making admissions decisions. Still, their policies for students who are not in the US do vary. So if you're an international student, you need to look up at that school how that status will impact your application. It's also worth noting that of the 8 Ivy League schools, 6 of the 8 do meet 100% of demonstrated financial need. Those schools are Brown, Columbia, Harvard, Princeton, UPenn, and Yale. For more information about paying for college, don't miss the many posts that we have on costs and financial aid. We've gone ahead and linked those in the comment section below this video. That wraps up our Q&A for today. Thank you, as always, to those of you who submitted questions, and hopefully that advice was helpful to you. If you have a question that you want us to answer in a future Q&A, remember to submit your question for us in the comments below this video. Until then, see you soon for our next Q&A.